What Trump allegedly did is biblical. This new Epstein file release is just another Sunday for evangelicals. Let me show you how. There are 3 parts to all of this, which I cannot read out loud, but graping, auctioning, unaliving. The idea that property that can be sold, Exodus and Judges. Exodus 21 basically says that a man can sell his daughter. The buyer gets rights to her body, and if he's not happy, she can be returned. Judges 21, 400 are distributed as spoils of war among men who need wives. This idea that virginity is a commodity that needs verification, Deuteronomy 22 names that physical evidence is required. The cloth with blood must be produced publicly, and if she can't produce it, she risks being stoned. Deuteronomy 22 also says that if a man grapes a virgin, he owes the father 50 shekels of silver and has to marry her. She has been devalued, so you break, you buy. Physical inspection is part of the transaction. And disposal of inconvenient bodies, Judges 19. A woman is and dies on the doorstep. Her body is broken into 12 and sent throughout Israel as a message. So Trump allegedly inspecting and auctioning, it is sick, and it is applying biblical law. The Epstein files don't alarm evangelicals in the way you think they should, because kings in the Bible do these things. David took Bathsheba. Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. Abraham pimped out Sarah twice. And these are heroes of the faith. So when Trump allegedly does it, evangelicals will just say that he is a flawed vessel, just like these flawed men, and God uses imperfect people. Any accusations against these people are spiritual warfare. So now, so are the Epstein files. That is Satan attacking God's anointed. The victims are either lying because Satan is the father of lies, or they're being used as Satan's pawns. The real story is not the victims, but what Satan is doing to Trump. Girls are collateral damage because the theology demands it. Evangelicals have spent their lives trying to explain it, contextualize it, spiritualize the violence away. They were not taught that the Bible is a book that describes violence against women, that this is what patriarchy looks like when it's codified into divine law. They were not asked, what did the woman in Judges 19 experience? What did the captive women in Deuteronomy 21 endure? They were not taught that just because something is in the Bible that it's not God's will. And they weren't taught that Jesus' ministry is explicitly about dismantling this honor, shame, pure, impure property person dynamic that these Old Testament laws established. And they weren't taught that the Bible is written within power structures, so it contains both the voice of empire and the voice of liberation. And it's our job to determine which is which. So here's what it comes down to. You can read these verses, read these files as Pharaoh would, from the position of power looking for justification, for sanctification of crime. Or you can read it as the oppressed would, as an indictment of what happens when men write laws that serve male power and call it divine. I am Connie Chen, here to help you deconstruct everything. Check out my Patreon for bonus content.